There is a kind of woman who never chases, never begs, never explains herself. And yet, she haunts every man who has ever lost her. Not because of what she said, not because of what she did, but because of how completely she stopped. Most people think the most powerful thing a woman can do after a painful relationship is go silent, block the number, disappear. But there is something far more powerful than silence. Something that operates beneath it. Something that men feel for years, sometimes for the rest of their lives, without ever being able to name it. And what's interesting is she doesn't even have to try. Stay with me, because what you're about to understand will completely change how you see emotional power. Psychology has long studied what happens to the human brain when connection is suddenly withdrawn. The results are striking. But what's rarely talked about, what most people completely overlook, is how that withdrawal happens. The quality of it, the energy behind it. There's a difference between a woman who disappears out of pain and a woman who simply returns to herself. One absence creates noise, the other creates a void. And the human mind, psychologically speaking, cannot let a void go unfilled. It searches, it replays, it obsesses. What makes Stoic feminine energy so different, so quietly devastating, is this. It doesn't perform. It doesn't react. It doesn't punish. It simply exists at a frequency that most men don't encounter until they've already walked away from it. And by the time they realize what they had, she's already whole. The strange part is, she wasn't trying to win anything. She never was. She stops explaining herself. And that silence does something neurologically. There's a moment in every relationship where a woman has explained herself one too many times. She's justified her feelings, defended her reactions, tried to make him understand. And then one day, she just stops. Not dramatically, not with an announcement. She simply closes a door inside herself, quietly, completely, and walks forward. What most men don't notice in the moment is how much they were anchored to her explanations. Her words were, in a strange way, an invitation. Engage with me. Respond to me. I'm still here. When she stops explaining, that invitation disappears. And psychologically, something unsettling begins. The absence of her reasoning doesn't bring peace. It brings restlessness. The mind starts filling in the blanks. What did she mean? What does she know that she's not saying? A woman who no longer explains herself isn't cold. She's simply done performing for an audience that wasn't truly watching. And that quiet withdrawal, it registers in the nervous system like a door closing from the inside. And suddenly, he's on the outside of something he didn't even know he valued. But this is where it gets more interesting. She refuses to compete. And that refusal is more attractive than anything she could say. Here's what most people don't understand about Stoic women. They don't compete. Not with other women, not with his ego, not with his past, not with his inconsistency. They simply withdraw from the arena entirely. And withdrawal in psychology triggers something called the scarcity response. When something is no longer competing for you, when it simply stops being available, the brain assigns it higher value. Think about it. A woman who cries, argues, and fights for his attention sends one message. I am willing to be destabilized by you. But a woman who simply stops showing up, who redirects her energy without explanation, without drama, without a final speech, sends a completely different signal. You weren't worth the disruption. That message doesn't come through words. It comes through behavior. And behavior, as any psychologist will tell you, is the only language the subconscious truly trusts. She's not playing hard to get. She's not performing indifference. She just genuinely moved on. And that authentic, unforced detachment is something men feel in their chest long after everything else fades. Point 3. Her happiness becomes the most devastating thing he's ever witnessed. This is the part that most people completely miss. When a woman is hurt, there's often an unconscious expectation, and from both sides, that she will look hurt, that her pain will be visible, that her life will slow down. And when it doesn't, when she genuinely begins to flourish, when she laughs more, grows more, glows more, something in the male psychology shifts in a way that's difficult to articulate. It's not jealousy exactly. It's something older than that. Something closer to a deep, unshakable recognition. She didn't need me to survive. She needed space to become more of herself. That realization is far more emotionally complex than jealousy. Jealousy can be dismissed, but witnessing someone thrive because you left their life, that stays. Psychology calls this a contrast effect. The version of her he remembers, the one who was perhaps quieter, smaller, more accommodating, stands in sharp contrast to the woman he now sees. And the brain cannot reconcile those two images without asking a very uncomfortable question. Was I the thing holding her back? There is no recovery from that question. None. And the next point is the one men almost never see coming. She doesn't seek closure because she understood first. There's a reason Stoic women rarely reach out after a relationship ends. It's not because they don't feel, it's because they've already processed. Closure, psychologically speaking, is something the mind seeks when it hasn't yet made meaning of an experience. It's the brain trying to complete a loop. A woman with Stoic energy doesn't need to complete that loop through him. She closes it herself. Internally, slowly, completely, through reflection, through time, through the quiet but relentless act of choosing herself. And what this creates externally is something almost eerie to watch. She doesn't need a final conversation. She doesn't need an apology to move forward. She doesn't need him to understand what he lost because she already understands it. That self-sufficiency is disarming. Because most people who leave relationships carry a loose thread. Something unfinished, something they'd revisit if given the chance. He knows on some level that his loose thread exists. But she cut hers, cleanly, without ceremony. And the only thing more haunting than a door that slams is a door that closes gently, quietly, like she'd been saying goodbye for months before she ever left. She holds no anger. And that forgiveness is the thing that breaks men open. Here's the psychological paradox almost no one talks about. Anger from a woman creates a kind of distance that protects him. It gives him something to push against, something to justify his choices with. She's being dramatic. She's being emotional. She can't let it go. But a woman who holds no anger, who looks at him if they ever cross paths with something closer to understanding, maybe even warmth, that is the thing that undoes him. Because it removes every defense. He can't be the misunderstood hero of the story if she isn't casting him as the villain. He can't rationalize his behavior as a reaction to her emotions if she's shown him none. Her peace, her genuine peace, forces him to confront his choices without her emotional scaffolding holding the narrative in place. And men who are not used to that kind of accountability, the kind that comes from a woman who is simply fine, often find themselves returning, explaining, justifying to someone who no longer needs the explanation. She's moved past the wound while he's still standing inside it. That's not a tactic. That's emotional evolution. and you cannot manufacture it. You can only arrive at it honestly. She rebuilds her world and quietly closes the door that had his name on it. Most women, after a significant relationship ends, instinctively look outward for validation, for reassurance that they are still desirable, still worthy, still seen. The Stoic woman turns inward. She restructures her life not to prove anything to him, but because she understands that the version of herself that existed in that relationship was only one version, and perhaps not even her fullest one. She reads more, creates more, invests in friendships that nourish her, builds goals that have nothing to do with anyone else's timeline. And what happens psychologically is this. She begins to occupy her own emotional space so completely that there is simply no room left in her inner world for his ghost. She doesn't banish him. She doesn't have to. He just stops taking up space. And that shift, when it happens authentically, radiates outward. People sense it. He senses it. Because there is a distinct difference between a woman who is pretending she has moved on and a woman who truly has. One is performing closure. The other has simply begun a new chapter and didn't think to leave a forwarding address. The final power. She never told him what she was capable of. And this is the thing that cuts deepest of all. He never got to see all of her. Not because she was hiding something, but because she was still becoming it when he left. The Stoic woman doesn't try to show a man what he lost. She doesn't craft her Instagram to be a highlight reel of his mistake. She doesn't engineer moments designed to make him look twice. She just continues becoming. And at some point, maybe 6 months later, maybe 2 years later, he will encounter evidence of who she is now. And it won't be packaged to wound him. It will simply be. And that's the part he'll never fully process. Because you can recover from someone who moved on and made a point of showing you. But you cannot recover from a woman who moved on and simply forgot to look back. Stoic feminine power has nothing to do with games. Nothing to do with strategy. Nothing to do with making someone feel small. It's the quiet, unshakable result of a woman who decided, at some point, in some private moment, that her peace was more valuable than being understood by someone who wasn't ready to truly see her. She didn't cut him off to punish him. She moved forward to honor herself. And sometimes that is the most powerful thing a human being can do. Not because of how it affects him, but because of how completely it transforms her. If this spoke to something you're working through, take a moment to reflect on it. And if you want to go deeper into the psychology of emotional strength and feminine energy, there's another video waiting that picks up exactly where this one ends. Because the woman you are becoming, she deserves your full attention.